Hello to all my dear students. First of all, we will discuss about our syllabus breakup. Theory part total 70 mark and practical part carry 30 mark. There are total 9 units. In Unit 1, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 and Unit 2, Chapter 3. These total Unit 1 and 2 carry 16 mark. Here, Chapter 1 Electric Charges and Fields, Chapter 2 Electrostatic Potential and Capacitance, and Chapter 3 Current Electricity. These carry 16 mark. Now from Unit 3, Chapter 4 and Chapter 5, Moving Charges and Magnetism, Magnetism and Matter. And Unit 4, Chapter 6, Electromagnetic Induction, and Chapter 7, Alternating Current. These 4 chapters carry 17 marks. From Unit 5, Chapter 8, Electromagnetic Waves, Unit 6, Chapter 9, Ray Optics and Optical Instrument, Chapter 10, Wave Optics. So these 3 chapters carry 18 marks. Now from this Unit 7, Chapter 1, Dual Nature of Radiation and Matter, Unit 8, Chapter 12, Atoms and Nuclei, these 3 chapters carry 12 marks. And last unit, which is Chapter 14 from Part 2 book, last chapter, Semiconductors and Electronic Devices, this chapter as a whole carries 7 marks. So all together here 70 marks. Now for our marking scheme for practical. Now evaluation scheme for practical. First of all, 2 experiment, 1 from each section, which will carry 7 plus 7 marks. Now each section means there are total 2 sections, Section A and Section B. Section A, where most of the practicals are from electricity part, and in Section B, most of the practicals are from optics plus semiconductor. Now all total 15 experiment we'll have to do in our lab. So here from Section A, 1 experiment you have to do, and Section B, 1 experiment. So 2 experiment, 1 from each section, which will carry 14 marks. Now practical record. Based on this experimental copy, which you will do practically in our lab, plus activities. Now activity, here we'll have to record 6 activities from each section. There are activities in Section A and Section B also there are some activities. Now from each section we'll have to record 3 plus 3, total 6 activities. Now this copy, that means from experimental copy and activity copy, will carry 5 mark. Number 3, 1 activity from any section. So you have to do any one of the activity from any section, which will carry 3 mark. Number 4 is investigatory project. So investigatory project also will have to do that. You'll have to type in computer and we'll do in a fixed in a stick file, and this investigatory project will carry 3 mark. Now next Viva on this experiment, activities and project. This will carry 5 marks. So altogether here 30 marks, and you will get 3 hours. Now we'll start with a very important formula, which is known as Lens-Maker's formula from Chapter 9, Ray Optics and Optical Instrument. Now what is Lens-Maker formula? It is given by 1 by F equal to n to 1 minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So here F, this F means focal length of the lens. Focal length of this lens. Now here it's a biconvex lens. ABCD is a biconvex lens where O is an object, point object. Now I dash is the image formed by the ABC. Now this I dash image act as virtual object for the surface ABC. Now final image is formed at I, where N2 is the refractive index of this lens and N1 is the refractive index of the surrounding medium. Now here N21 can be given by N2 by N1. Here refractive index, this is pronounced as refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1 equal to N2 by N1. Here N2 is the refractive index for this glass. It's a convex lens. And N1 is the refractive index of the surrounding medium. The surrounding medium may be water. That means if we place the lens in water, then the surrounding medium will be water. If we place the lens in air, then the surrounding medium will be air. Then N1 is the surrounding refractive index for the surrounding medium, and N2 is the refractive index for this lens. Now R1 and R2. Here R1 and R2 these are known as radius of curvature. Radius, or both are known as radii of curvature. Radius of curvature. So here, suppose it's a lens. Here it's a lens A, B, C, D. Now there are two spherical surfaces are here. Now if we draw it, the spherical portion of the surface, then suppose this is the center of the spherical part, then this distance is known as R1. Now similarly for this portion ABC, now here if we draw, and this is the center, then this part is known as R2. So here R1 is the radius of curvature. So R1 is the radius of curvature for this ABC part, and R2 is the radius of curvature for this ADC part. Now we'll solve a numerical problem based on this formula. First numerical from this formula. A musician during a show makes a glass lens with n equal 1.47 disappear in a trough of liquid. What is the refractive index of the liquid? That means here the musician placed the glass lens in a trough of liquid. When he placed in that liquid, that lens disappeared. So this is the lens, and here it's the liquid. When he placed the lens inside the liquid, the lens disappeared. That means what? The lens is behaving as a glass slab. So here in a plain glass slab, 1 by f equal to 0 or f equal to infinity for plain glass sheet. Now from this formula, lens maker formula, 1 by f equal to n to 1 minus 1. Here n to 1 can be written as n2 divided by n1 minus 1 and into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So here 1 by f will be 0. In that case, when this portion here it will be 0, n2 by n1, n2, when n2 equal to n1, that means n2, this n1 if we write as n2 minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, then this 2 will get cancelled, then it will be 1, 1 minus 1 equal to 0, that means 1 by f equal to 0, and 1 by f equal to 0, that means focal length to infinity, that glass lens is behaving as plain glass sheet. So that is why it is invisible or disappear in a trough of liquid. That means what? Here the lens, the refractive index of this lens is n2, and refractive index and the surrounding is n1. Here it is n1. Now here, according to our question, a magician during a show makes a glass lens with n equal to 1.47. That means what? Here n2 equal to 1.47. Refractive index of this lens. What is the refractive index of the liquid? So of this liquid, that means surrounding. Surrounding will be also 1.47. So this is the answer. And this question is given as an example in your NCERT book, and also this question was asked in this year 2020 as carrying 1 mark. Thank you, student.